Okay, hello dear friends, good afternoon. What a beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon. I think, are we videotaping? Yes. So I will do a makeup and I feel today's skin color is really good. I will show you. Yesterday I bought a new foundation stick. And I was thinking, one friend said you should do an opening of it, and I didn't do it. I was thinking doing an opening of it, but I need to use it, so I didn't do it. Anyway, let's do the makeup. Go ahead with the makeup. I have something a little bit new from different times, so put. This one is old. I almost finished it. I feel proud of myself to finish something. A sense of achievement when I finish a chapstick, a lipstick, a powder or powder concealer stick, something. It makes me feel very, very happy. This one takes forever. And, there's not very much I can do about it. And I finished a powder already, so this is a new one. I was thinking of doing an opening. I know a lot of friends would like to see the tedious stuff, understand it or not, but some friends would like to see those tedious stuffs because it's kind of relaxing away from the real world, this real world, the stress and everything. So the other day I was listening to something very interesting. The other day I was listening to one of a Chinese talk, and they make some jokes together. One of the joke, and they said one of the lady looks very young. And they say, look at you, you are 60 years old and you look young. And the other people were joking, and there was one guy said, the best way to let other people say you are young, just say your age 10 years older. I was thinking that's such a good, humorous way of saying it. Particularly for me, something like 70 years old, of course I look young. When you know I am 70 years old, of course you know I look young, right? Anyway, you are not from Census Bureau, you are not from Population Registration Office. Why do you need to know my age? And why do you need to know the truth of my age? It's lying. It's not lying, it's a joke. It's something that does not influence your life, does not influence my life, but make us just to have a kind of fun, right? Yeah. You do not need to tell truth every time, because nobody is entitled to know your age, except they are authorized to know. So you are not entitled to give the true age of your age. Anyway, this is a quite unrelated talk. So I think that foundation color is very good. And you know, if you watch my video, you know that a couple of months ago I made a video of, my video is plagiarized and stolen and posted on some Chinese website, and every day, not every day. At that time, I watch those videos mostly for the comments. It's quite hurting at that time. And now I see it's very entertaining to see people say how ugly I am. It's kind of entertaining. Gosh, she looks so ugly. She looks so disgusting. And this kind of comments. It's quite, you do not need to take everything so serious, right? A lot of time, a lot of things we cannot help, we cannot handle, we cannot solve. We need more is a sense of humor and a sense of light-heartedness, because if you are heavy-hearted, you cannot solve that problem. If you are light-hearted, you can still not solve the problem. So there is no difference. The only thing is that you be yourself and do not take it too serious. I got one friend comment about what is the meaning of life and why my life is always disappointed. And I'm always disappointed. What is the meaning of my life? I am at a very young age, and every day I am disappointed. And no matter how much effort, no matter even if I made my best effort, things do not change. I'm just disappointed. It's kind of hard to think about it and listen to people at such a young age to say about it. But when thinking back ourselves, young age is the age of lost. For majority of people, I think. Teenager age is a hard age, is a tough age. A lot of us are disappointed and cannot find the meaning of life and get disappointed, depressed. First, we do not have we start to have right, we start to have ability, we start to have our own identity in the society, and we start to look at the world in the same hate as the rest of the adult. When we were young, we look at the world like this because everything is tolerant us and everything is scary. And now we grown up, we are the same as any adult, and sometimes we are even taller. The hero used to be in our hearts, so tall, so magnificent, so enormous, is actually small. Our parents might look shorter than us, and our teacher looks shorter than us, and a lot of things that I can solve, my parents cannot solve, and my teacher cannot solve. And I do something better than the adult. So this is the time you start to doubt about a lot of things. Okay, another thing I do is now I use my eyeshadow as my instead of buying something highlighter, I use eyeshadow. My philosophy, anything you can put on your eyes is the safest. Nothing can have higher hygiene expectation and standard than the things put on our eyes. So, okay. So if you are always disappointed, there are a few things we need to think about. Are we putting our standard too high? You said you made your best effort. Obviously, you are a hard-working and diligent person. Otherwise, you will not choose the word, I made my best effort. And this kind of situation might be because your expectation is too high. You know, people are made for different things. Maybe you want to go to the best school, your dream school, and you are just didn't get accepted to your dream school. Maybe because you are not, then you need to lower your expectation to another school. And some people are good academically because they are more focused and they spend more time in learning, and some people are just gifted in any case. I'm not talking about those top 1 or 2% people. I'm talking about the majority of people like you and I. Let me put on my lipstick so that I look a little bit better. I do not like it too pinkish. Sometimes we are putting too high expectation on our normal self. We are not that gifted in something that we are not so good at. And the society standard is that you go to the best school, you are good. No, but the truth is that there are some people who is not at school, who is good at doing something else. And if you get into good school, you end up have a good job, and maybe after 20 years, 30 years, all your intelligence is used up. You just do a job, a career job. But somebody else, if you do not have a good job, you end up delivering pizza, you end up making your own pizza chain. There are many international big pizza chain, big fast food chain, and a lot of things comes from there. So at the beginning, we see people because of the academic achievement, but later on, it is not that counts. It's a person's character that makes you through your life and make you succeed. You are successful or not is not a battle of your temporary or current and in front of your eye intelligence. It's your character, your complete character of your determination, of you know where to start, where you persist, where you give up. You have to give up in order to gain more things and in order to open up new field and different field. Something you cannot do, you have to swallow your pride and say, okay, this is not my plate, this is not my thing, this is not the thing that I can handle. I need to move on. If I stick to it, I will be beaten black and blue and beaten, totally a failure. If I move on to something else, maybe I have more chance. You might be disappointed, you like someone and someone does not return you the same likeness and same attention and same love, same interest. Move on. This is not yours. And at a young age, maybe it's hard because your life is still quite narrow. But when you grown up, you know there is one person in this whole wide world. There is a person for you. Maybe not in your city, maybe not in your school, maybe not in your neighborhood, but they might be a person that crossed the ocean, and maybe the good karma from previous generation, from their mom and from their ancestors. I am lucky because my mother is my mother, my grandma, my previous life. In my previous life, people has done good things, so I am lucky for now. I don't know about the future. Nobody can predict the future. And especially now, as we grow old, we see more and more things unpredictable. I start to think, no need to worry about too much about the future. Once I live today with my best attention, with my best effort. Disappointment is part of our life. It pushes us to find something new, find something different, and it pushes our boundary. Because if we are always satisfied, there is no motivation to break up the status quo, and there is no motivation to move on. That disappointment makes us has more empathy and make us understand other people, makes us understand people who is always losing or who is also losing. And like you and I, everybody, there is not really true a total winner or a total loser. There are people doing very well in the world and become celebrity, becomes a high achiever. They have their pain, they just did not speak out. And people like you and I, who has the courage to speak out, we are great. You have the courage to write me a message, to write me either a private message or comment and say that you suffer depression, you suffer disappointment, and you have so much hardship in your life. We are courageous because we have the courage to speak it out. And those people, they give lectures in the world. They say this and that to teach other people. A lot of them do not even have that basic courage as you and I, and admit that we lose from time to time, we fail from time to time, and we always want to fight back and want to keep on doing. There is another Chinese story, two generals, and one general is a pessimist. So when asking about his life achievement, he said, 屡战 屡败, ever fighting, ever lose. The same kind of general also go to war and always lose. And the second one, right, in another way, ever lose, ever fight. So it is the same thing, how you see it. You see it as losing as a chance of keep on trying, keep on fighting, or losing as a result of fighting. Never give up, even in time of disappointment. And when you have disappointment, I ask my son, actually, if you are disappointed and depressed, what do you do? He said, find a passion, find your passion, find something to do. It's hard to find passion when you do not have it, and when you are in a depressing time. And he said one thing that really true is that just find something to do to occupy your time. And that is so true. We need to find something to do to occupy our time so that we do not have too much negative energy, negative thoughts wandering around our mind. And we do need time to think. But when you know there is negative energy, there is depression happening, that is the time you stop thinking and pick up something to do. It is hard to find your passion, but you can find from something very basic. Clean up your room, fold your clothes, and sharpen your pencil, and write something, and cook a meal, something very solid. Occupy your time and make you happy and make you feel achieved. There are times I feel nothing to do because I want to, for whatever reason. I find a reason to go out to shopping. So I bought this, and this makes me happy. Buy a chapstick makes me happy, and buy a new pair of shoes, or even just buy a box of cereal and some milk, because so that I go out, I go to see sunshine, and my time has a purpose, that is to feed myself, to feed my family, and something that is solid. And also making video makes me happy. Making video makes me think positively and try to speak things positively. And by just thinking and speaking positive words brings up my spirit. Are we still videotaping? I think so. And brings up my spirit and makes me feel that my life has a meaning. So maybe you can create a blog, create some video, and bring up some positive energy, and do volunteer job, and clean up your house, and so many things. Maybe because I am a mother, I have a life that I need to take care. So I have all these household things. You must have things in your school, your life, that you need to take care. Take that time. 20 minutes at a time, 1 hour at a time. Do one thing at a time to fill your life with meaningful things. When you are doing something, you do not have time to do wrong things. Another thing of young people to do sports activity, to do all this activity, so that their time is occupied, to save them, to safeguard them away from doing wrong things, bad things, from smoking, from stealing, from drug, from fighting, from bullying, from all these bad things, because you are doing something else with a group of people or with something that is positive, with something that is right. It is hard. We understand a lot of things, but we, a lot of time, do not have the motivation to start things. Maybe you can start by writing comments on my video to say, to express your sorrow, to express your gratitude, to express your remorse, to express all your feeling or something unrelated. Actually, I read every single comment on my channel. And just think, don't be disappointed, don't be depressed. I am here spending my time to make a video for you. You are very special. Yang Haiying, who has 47,000 subscribers and millions of views. Such a great person doing a video for you. What is the reason for you to be disappointed? You should be proud. Anyway, it's been quite long. I wish you a happy every day, and start to do something. Start to write your comment. Start to do something. Clean up your house. Clean up your table. Make yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a cup of good drink. I love you. I really do. Do I look good?